Good morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe at home. Myself Shweta Mudgal, a representative of Shiv Jyoti Educational Group, Kota. So students, be ready with your history book. In this video, we are going to cover India after independence. So students, let's start with chapter 10, History India after independence. This chapter we will cover in two videos. This is video number 1. In this chapter, in this video, we will cover the following topics. That is a new and divided nation, a constitution is written, and how were states to be formed. And the rest topics we will cover in second video. So let's start chapter 10, India after independence. As it is very clear from the name of the chapter that India after independence means in this chapter we will study the scenario of India after the independence. We got independence after a long fight but at the cost of partition. So at that time after independence, India faced a series of enormous challenges, like we will talk about first of all the problem of princely states and refugees that had to be addressed immediately. Refugees, the term refugee means people who have fled war, conflict and violence and have crossed an international border to find safety in some another country. This is not given in your book, but I am just telling you for your reference. You should know the term refugees. So the problem of princely state, and second, India had to adopt a political system that would best serve the hopes and expectation of its population. Another problem was that in 1947, or we can say after 1947, India is large, India's population is very big, but was divided. That was a very big problem. Divided among Hindus and Muslims, lower and upper caste, and majority of Hindu community, and large number of people are who practiced another faith that could be seen at that time. And another problem was that farmers were dependent on monsoon for their survival. So it was needed to give more attention on agriculture, as our country was dependent on agriculture for their survival. And the main problem was that India has to lift its masses out of poverty, and for that the productivity of agriculture is to be increased. Industries, education should be given more preferences. So how is it possible? Now in your book, unity and development had go hand in hand. If the division between different sections of India were not healed, they could result in violent and costly conflicts. Means हमारा देश तभी उन्नति कर सकता था, उसमें यूनिटी हो तभी डेवलप कर सकता था. So development के लिए unity was very much required. I am going to show you through clippings. So students, we will start with the first problem, that was tackling refugee problem, as I have just told you along with the meaning of refugee. Immediate solution. Migration of more than 8 million refugees took place at that time. कितने refugees यहाँ पर आए थे? 8 million, and that there was a need to solve their problem immediately or as soon as possible. So what our government did, relief camps for refugees, as you can see in the picture, उनके लिए camps लगाए गए, setting up of rehabilitation ministry to provide aid, help, उनको help देने के लिए. Relief camps open to provide food and shelter, which was the basic need of a people, and construction of new evacuee houses and huts in urban areas. Evacuee means person who have evacuated from a place of danger. Now, as you can see in the picture, certain another reliefs like scholarship in colleges, loans for farming. As I have told you that country India is agriculture based country, our farmer is dependent on farming, so gainful employment provided in services and trade, स्कॉलरशिप एंड फी कंसेशन गिवन टू स्टूडेंट सो दैट दे कैन, उनको प्रमोशन मिल सके, वो हो सके कि एनकरेज हो सके पढ़ने के लिए, उनको स्कॉलरशिप और कंसेशन दी गई, बिकॉज एजुकेशन प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द कंट्री. सो आर गवर्नमेंट पुट emphasized to get study or to get education as more. Now agriculture is given land and loans to resume work because there was a scarcity of money, so the government provided them land and loans so they can start their agriculture work, could start their agriculture work, which was very much necessary at that time, or we can say which was a requirement of time. Now more solutions for refugees, loans were given for starting business and industries. अपनी छोटी छोटी कॉटेज इंडस्ट्रीज, बास्केट इंडस्ट्रीज, पॉटरी, वीविंग, ये इस टाइप की इंडस्ट्रीज को स्टार्ट करने के लिए लोन्स प्रोवाइड कराए गए. Schemes were set up for the expansion of medium and small scale industry. उस समय मीडियम और स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज ही होती थी. Integration of princely states. Another problem, as we have just discussed, refugees and the princely state which was governed by princes or kings. The Indian Independence Act of 1947 permitted the princely states to either join the Indian Dominion or the Pakistan Dominion. It was up to them, it was their choice, they want to join India or Pakistan because Pakistan and India was divided. Now यूनिटी एंड डेवलपमेंट, एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू, कोई भी कंट्री का डेवलपमेंट डिपेंड करता है कि वहाँ के लोगों में कितनी यूनिटी है. अगर वो यूनिटी के साथ काम करेंगे तो कंट्री डेवलप कर सकेगी. वास्ट नंबर ऑफ इंडियंस लिव्ड इन विलेजेस एज दे वर डिपेंडेंट ऑन एग्रीकल्चर, तो वो मानसून पे डिपेंड करते थे अपने सर्वाइवल के लिए. अगर अच्छा मानसून हुआ तो अच्छी फसल हुई, अदरवाइज नहीं. Productivity of agriculture had to be increased. This was very much necessary to increase the productivity through agriculture for the development of the country after independence. Factory workers in cities lived in slums. Access to education and healthcare had to be provided at that time. Access to education and healthcare was also very important, which was provided by the government of India at that time. Now, what happened at that time? Gandhi ji. So student, next is Gandhi ji's death and nation's loss. इस समय गांधी जी की डेथ होना नेशन के लिए बहुत बड़ा लॉस थी. गांधी जी डाइड ऑन 30th January. ठीक है. His death was a great loss to the country. Religious violence came to a halt in India. Condolence meetings were held in UN General Assembly, and his philosophy of non-violence, as we all know that Gandhi ji emphasized on non-violence, led the nation to freedom, जिसकी वजह से हमें freedom मिला था. Causes of loss. Gandhi ki Smriti, the Birla house where Gandhi ji was assassinated, as you can see in the picture, and a person named Nathu Ram Godse shot Gandhi ji thrice because he disagreed with Gandhi ji's conviction that Hindu and Muslims can live together in harmony. He was not in a favor of Gandhi ji's views that Hindu and Muslim can live in harmony, so he shot him. Now, another important topic of our chapter and the point number 2 that we are going to cover in this video, that is formation of Constituent Assembly. If we talk about in India's reference, and the meaning of constitution means that India's constitution is a document which establishes political value and right of citizen as well as the power of the government. Members elected to write Constitution of India serve as first parliament of independent nation. Many delegates and the representatives met at Delhi, and their meetings resulted into a framing of Indian Constitution, and the place is known as the Central Hall of Parliament House. We got freedom. India achieved independence on 15th August 1947. Prominent members we will discuss. topic we will talk about prominent members, some important figures in the assembly, that was Jawaharlal Nehru, C. Rajgopalachari, Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the deputy Prime Minister. I am writing in short, Deputy Prime Minister. Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, N.R. Ghosh, and some of the prominent female personalities of the Constituent Assembly were Sarojini Naidu and Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. Sarojini Naidu also played a very important role during the break of salt law by Gandhi ji. जब गांधी जी ने सॉल्ट लॉ ब्रेक करने के लिए एक आंदोलन स्टार्ट किया था, उस समय भी सरोजनी नायडू ने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले किया था. इन्होंने बोला था कि विमेन को भी आगे आना चाहिए और इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए. ओके, अबाउट द ड्राफ्टिंग कमिटी, द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया comprises 395 आर्टिकल्स इन 22 पार्ट्स. एज इन द लास्ट चैप्टर आई हैव टोल्ड यू अबाउट आर्टिकल 21 that talks about right to life. I am writing in a short. तो हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में it is a big constitution, big written constitution, and we can say supreme law of a country. Under that everybody is equal. The right of a citizen of India is equally distributed among them. Nobody is above the law. Everybody had to follow whatever or what is being written in the constitution. It is such a big constitution. It was drafted by the under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was also known as the father of Indian Constitution. Drafting committee set up on 29th August 1947. Students, you can underline these important dates in your book. Done under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and the purpose was to draft a constitution of India. Students, this is the time to note down the internal question. How many people came to India after independence? How many people, or we can say refugees, came to India after independence? That is internal question number 1. Okay students, this is also very much important for you to know. जब भी हम इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की बात करते हैं तो वी यूजुअली सेज दैट इट इज़ सॉवरेन, डेमोक्रेटिक एंड रिपब्लिक कंट्री. व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट इज़ वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू नो. द मीनिंग ऑफ सॉवरेन मीन्स वी आर self governing country and autonomy. We are having autonomy on our own nation. And democratic, you have read several times, democracy means that we people have a right to choose representative who work on our behalf. ठीक है. Now the republic, state or country that not led by hereditary monarch, मतलब वो राजा वाली प्रथा यहाँ पर नहीं चलती है, but in which people have impact on its government. Means we people, citizens of the India above 18 years, have a right to choose our elected representative who will run our government. So these objectives is very much important for you to know. Jawaharlal Nehru signing the Constitution of India, as you can see in the picture, because he was the Prime Minister at that time, adopted by Constituent Assembly on 26 November 1949. Came into force on 26 January 1950. We celebrate it as a Republic Day. ठीक है. Provides for parliamentary form of government, federal in structure with certain unitary features. बेटा इसको क्यों बोलेंगे? बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का, इसको बहुत ध्यान से समझने की कोशिश करिएगा. फेडरल इन स्ट्रक्चर विद सर्टेन यूनिटरी फीचर्स मीन्स कि इसमें बहुत मीटिंग हुई और डिसाइड किया गया कि जो पावर्स का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो किस तरीके से हो सेंट्रल और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के बीच में. तो इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की ये क्वालिटी है कि ये फेडरल होने के साथ साथ इसमें यूनिटरी फीचर्स भी हैं. मीन्स जैसे आप लोग देख सकते हैं कि दिल्ली में एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है और स्टेट्स में भी अपनी अपनी गवर्नमेंट है जिनके पास अपनी अपनी ऑटोनॉमी है. दिस टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट इज नोन एज फेडरल इन स्ट्रक्चर विद सर्टेन यूनिटरी फीचर्स. Problem of untouchability. This is, we faced a problem of untouchability during 18th and 19th century, but at that time untouchability was totally abolished. Many temples which were opened only for higher castes were now open for all, means untouchables or the tribal groups. Now we are here discussing of the problem of untouchability, which we faced a lot during 18th or 19th century. But at that time, equality for one and all, practice of untouchability, Gandhi ji's opinion and guidance by Dr. Ambedkar. बच्चों उस समय अनटचेबिलिटी की प्रॉब्लम बहुत ज़्यादा थी, बट एट दैट टाइम अनटचेबिलिटी वॉज abolished. Temples which were once open for higher caste only were now open for all, including Harijans and lower castes. And moreover, many seats were reserved for lower castes and tribal groups or Adivasis. Reservations were given to them. So we could say that untouchability was abolished at that time. The members of the Constituent Assembly thought that strong center would be in a position to think and plan for well-being of our country. In this topic, we are reading about the relation between central and the state. सेंट्रल और स्टेट के रिलेशंस के ऊपर बहुत ज़्यादा डिस्कशन हुआ. उसके बाद जो फाइनल रिजल्ट आया वो ये था कि दोनों के बीच में एक अच्छा बैलेंस होना चाहिए. तो द मेंबर्स ऑफ द Constituent Assembly thought that a strong center would be in the position to think and plan for the well-being of a country as whole. So now the three lists of subjects were there at that time. Read it carefully and mark it in your book also. Three kind of lists were. First of all, the union list, that is the list would be exclusively responsible for subjects like taxes, defense, banking, commerce, currency and foreign affairs under the control of central government. मतलब ये वाले जो भी होंगे वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट के अंदर होंगे, यूनियन लिस्ट के अंदर में होंगे. Notice this. And the state list, this list would principally take care of subjects like police, trade, irrigation, education and health for each individual state and would be controlled by the state government. So these will cover by the state government. And the last, that is known as concurrent list, the list would share joint responsibility. जॉइंट होगी दोनों की, स्टेट और सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की. वो कौन कौन सी होंगी? फॉरेस्ट, एग्रीकल्चर, ट्रेड यूनियंस, मैरिज, अडॉप्शन एंड सक्सेशन. नाउ देयर इज अ टाइम ऑफ इंटरनल क्वेश्चन 2, दैट इज who was the chairman of the drafting committee of Indian Constitution? And the answer is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And the first question answers you know. The question first I am repeating again. How many people came to India after independence? And the answer is 8 million refugees. ठीक है. And the answer of question 2 is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now the last topic we will cover, how were states formed. Time national language decided by the Constituent Assembly, Hindi to be the official language, English to be used in courts, offices and as medium of communication between states. Official language bill passed on 16 December 1967. The Official Languages Act 1963. ये एक्ट था जिसमें ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज बिल पास हुआ था, जिसमें क्या बोला गया था कि हिंदी और इंग्लिश कंपलसरी फॉर रिक्रूटमेंट टू सेंट्रल सर्विसेज. सेंट्रल सर्विसेज में जो भी पोस्टिंग होंगी, रिक्रूटमेंट्स होंगे, उसके लिए हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों कंपलसरी होगी. ओके बच्चों, with our last topic, that is how were states to be formed. Under that I am going to explain you that Prime Minister Nehru and Deputy Prime Minister Vallabhbhai Patel were against the creation of linguistic states. But as you can read in your books that there was a demand of a separate, we can say to separate Andhra Pradesh on the basis of language. So it is written in your book that in 1st October of that year, Gandhian named Poti Shrimalu went on a hunger strike. वो स्ट्राइक पर चले गए थे और उनकी क्या डिमांड थी कि that formation of Andhra state to protect the interest of Telugu speakers. ठीक है. As the fast went on, it attracted much support. हड़ताल हुई, बंद हुई इसके चक्कर में. और you may underline it, on 15th December 1952, 58 days into his fast, Poti Shrimalu died. At a newspaper portrayed the news of the passing away of Shrimalu ठीक है, तो वो उस समय उनकी डेथ हो गई क्योंकि उन्होंने फास्ट रखा था। क्या डिमांड थी उनकी कि आंध्र प्रदेश को अलग किया जाए, बट प्राइम मिनिस्टर वर नॉट इन फेवर ऑफ दैट. बट आफ्टर द क्रिएशन ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश, many other states demanding for their own linguistic states. Many recommendations were done at that time, and we could say the state of Punjab was divided into Punjab and Haryana, and large Hindi speaking areas of north region were also to be broken up into several states, and the bilingual state Bombay was divided into Marathi and Gujarati speakers. So the last internal question you may write down here. What did the new states of Andhra Pradesh come in? When did the new state of Andhra Pradesh come into existence? I am again repeating. When did the question, internal question number 3, that is, when did the new state of Andhra Pradesh come into existence? On 15 December 1952 is the answer. The more recent states, झारखंड, छत्तीसगढ़ एंड उत्तराखंड, बेटा इनका कैसे सेपरेशन हुआ ये हम लोग देखेंगे अभी. उत्तराखंड और ये हुआ था बेटा 2000 में, ठीक है. उत्तरांचल was formed out of उत्तर प्रदेश, झारखंड was formed out of बिहार से बना, इनको सेपरेट किया गया. छत्तीसगढ़ was formed out of मध्य प्रदेश. So students, we have finished here today's topics. The next topic we will cover in next video, that will be video number 2, and answer all the internal question very carefully, as well as the important dates I have mentioned you during video. Okay, thank you.